All right, and we are live. Today is Tuesday, November 5th, and it is election day here in the United States. And markets have been on edge over the last few days. And today, we do a little bit of a special and talk about what to expect from the elections and also what stocks in the markets are telling us who might win this election. So there's a lot going on. And with that said, let's get started. Welcome to Coffee with Markus and Mark. And in this show, we're going to talk to you about what's happening in the markets and how we are trading it. And Mark, the last few days, markets were nervous. Today, a little bit more excitement going into the presidential election that we have today going on in the United States.
Yeah, interesting to see today's rally. S&P up 0.8%, almost 1% here. Looks like that 50-day moving average has acted as support in the S&P 500. And a little bit choppy yesterday, but some decent movement to the upside today.
It seems so. It seems so. I mean, all across the board, the Nasdaq is up 0.9%, the S&P up 0.75%. I said the Dow 0.7%, and the Russell also 0.6. So it's across the board. And look at this: the VIX, the fear index, is falling today, down 7%, down to 20.5. But I wanted to bring this up because I just recently saw it, that this has been one of the longest streaks of the VIX, the fear index, being above its 200-day moving average.
Look at that. Yeah. That upper range 20 plus has been something that we've seen multiple times over the last couple of months. So definitely more volatility in the second half of the year compared to what we saw at the beginning of the year.
For sure. All right. So let's talk about the election today. And it seems to be neck to neck. However, if we look at Donald Trump's media company, DJT, look at this. Over the last few days, up pretty significantly. I mean, yesterday already up, 12%. Today up another 12%. So is this giving us an indication of what's going to happen today?
It possibly, and this is where you've seen that rally and then a big sharp pullback. I mean, there's definitely been a lot of volatility here with DJT. It does look like right now some stocks could potentially be pointing to a Trump victory. Polls are neck and neck. The betting sites, which have been interesting, right now are saying Trump will win, but it's definitely not over. And polls and betting sites have been wrong before.
Yeah. Also looking at Bitcoin, Bitcoin very similar because Trump pro Bitcoin under Harris probably not being that much favored, and we saw that Bitcoin was rallying above 72,500, was pulling back, and then today Bitcoin up 2.7%. A little bit earlier here, just a few minutes ago, it was cracking 70,000 again. So that's kind of another indication. And again, I mean, we're just looking at the facts, trade what you see, not what you think. And this is where we are looking at some of the stocks. And this is what right now markets are telling us.
Yeah, and cryptos, investors do believe that Trump is, more favorable candidate towards crypto and Bitcoin. So that's definitely a valid takeaway.
Yeah. But let's see what happens. Usually, I found this on CNBC, what the stock market typically does after an election. And this is going back to 1980. So this means we're going back 45 years. I think that's kind of significant, 44 years.
Yeah.
And we see that, so what's typically happening if you look at the averages right here? So the first one that we have popping up is the day after the election. So it seems that the day after the election, we are moving lower. The week after the election, stock markets don't seem to like it. I mean, just on average here. But then a month later, and by the year end, we should be moving higher. And again, these averages. So what do we know? In 2008, as you can see, I mean, this was not really tied to the presidential election. I want to say, Mark, that this was probably tied to the financial crisis that we had
Oh
going
yeah.
on there. So we should probably remove this and take this out. Um, Now, other than this, I do believe that these pretty much give us an idea of what's happening so that over the next few days, we might see the stock market pulling back a little bit more, but then continuing its rally, possibly surging again to all-time highs. What are your thoughts?
I agree, Marcus, because there's a lot of hype, and I mean, I encourage everybody to get out and vote. Let your vote count, and that's part of being part of a democracy, and use your right to vote. Do it. Um, with that said, there tends to be a lot of hype to get interest, to get headlines, to get from media to the politicians. There's so much out there to get people all hopped up and excited and bothered and upset, and it's easy to have this mindset. If my party doesn't win, then the country is going to hell in a handbasket, and it's going to be awful for the next 4 years. But I think that the markets tell us that there is it will be okay, and there is normalcy that will come. So even if short term there's a little volatility, I believe that whoever wins, um, everything's going to be okay. So and the markets tell us that.
And the markets tell us this. Now, other than this, looking at the calendar, I mean, everything is overshadowed by election day. But this morning, we also had kind of good news. I mean, the ISM services PMI came in at the highest level since 2022.
Yeah, look at this. So, nice little pop there, big move, and um, maybe a little reason for the follow through to the upside. Uh, but gosh, this is just an interesting week, Marcus. There's so much going on.
It is. Well, there's so much going on. We talked about it. Presidential election today. So ISM manufacturing, ISM services PMI almost going in the background. Then we have the Fed meeting going on. But right now, I mean, it's on Thursday. It seems to be so long, so far away because we have all the other stuff going on. And then, of course, we have earnings going on, and earnings. One of the guys surprising us, one of the companies, PLTR, Palantir Technologies, jumping 22% this morning.
Yeah, huge move. They beat on earnings. They also reported better than expected revenue. They said that their gains and profits were fueled by artificial intelligence demand, and that it just won't slow down.
It doesn't seem this way. And if you look at the heat map, this is what we see here this morning. I mean, the Magnificent Seven up again here, basically led by Tesla, up 3.4%. But then also the technology sector up here, a little bit excitement from Palantir, but also Microsoft, Meta being up, Amazon being up. So the only sector being down today is healthcare, mainly being dragged down by AZN.
Yeah, interesting to see Tesla take off like that. But, talking about maybe some short term reaction to election results, Tesla's in an interesting place because it's kind of a win regardless of who becomes president, right?
It seems so. It seems so, yes. So this is where Tesla is in a unique position. Okay, what else going on? News from Boeing this morning that the strike
Yeah.
is over. And at first, there was some little bit more excitement. Right now, I mean, traders and investors saying, "Oh, okay, this will cost Boeing quite a lot of money." So Boeing pulling back right now, 0.8%.
Yeah, and I mean, nice to have that strike over, but um, the mixed results there. Maybe some optimism at the beginning of the day because it was over. But to your point, Marcus, uh, renegotiating that union contract and approving it to end the strike's going to be more expensive.
For sure. All right. Any other stocks that popped up on your radar, or shall we go to our trades?
See what's going on with our trades.
So let's see what's going on. And first, we go over to our WTF trades, Win the Fear. And this is where, first up, we did have an exit this morning. So our exit in ExxonMobil. And this turned out really, really great. This, for us, was a profitable trade of a few $100s.
Yeah, this was a nice one. Nice to see us get a little bit closer to that original earnings reaction where it was up nicely. Not quite all the way up there, but in the trade for 4 days, which is right in line with our averages.
Yeah. So we entered at 117.66, exited this morning at 118. Where exactly did we exit? I think it was
We got 118.77.
77, right. So this worked out great. Now we also have quite a few trades open. And first up, Apple here, moving higher, entered at 220.99, right now trading at 222, so up around 1%. I'll take this. AMT, we both skipped this one. And so we're not in this one, but valid trade and up today, half percentage point. CL, Colgate Palmolive, and today having a good day, up 0.5%, attacking the 200-day moving average again right now and trading right now just slightly 40 cents below our entry signal here.
Yep.
DUK, Duke Energy. Today, Duke Energy slightly down. No, it's up, actually, sorry, 0.5% up. Still trading below our entry price, so we'll see what happens here. Entered at 115, right now trading at 113, so $2 below our entry. EXC, that's a trade that popped up yesterday. We decided not to trade it and skip it because we already had so many trades. Up 0.7% today, so if you took it, congratulations, good for you. And here, GE doing its thing, and our little move here, Mark, might have paid off.
Yeah, the adding of more shares after it pulled back and we got in when it was down 5%, definitely helping this one out.
Right. So the original entry was 179.70. Since we added at a 5% drop, our cost base is at 175.50. Right now trading at 173.61. So getting much closer to our cost basis here. Loving this one. KO, Coca-Cola, after moving lower for a few days, today trying to claw its way back and right now bouncing off the 200-day moving average. So we entered at 67.38. Right now it's trading at 65. So around $2.20 below our entry, but now moving in the right direction.
Let's go.
All right. Three more.
make a
MET,
move.
MetLife. MetLife, I mean, at first it had its earnings drop, then we entered, and right now we are trading kind of right around our entry price here. Let me just plop this up. This is where. No, that's not the trade. So let's just. We entered at 78.45. So right now, just slightly below our entry.
Yep.
All right, and then we have PG, Procter and Gamble, today having a good day, up 0.3%, and very similar here, just trading off the 200-day moving average. Right now trading slightly up. We entered at 165.31, right now trading at 165.59, so up 20 cents, nothing to do right now. And finally, RTX. RTX, well, just hanging in there for now.
Yeah, needs to get a little traction here and make a move to the upside.
Yeah. Finally, a new signal, CEG, Constellation Energy Corporation. And this is a symbol that we had popping up a few weeks ago. And let's talk about the previous trades that we had going on here and what you did.
Yeah, so this is one where we have that warning in yellow because we don't have enough data to get the past performance results that we want, for them to be relevant and valid, right? We like to look back 5 years, and I think this one we have like 1.5 years of data. So this would be a warning. Um, with that said, last time I skipped the trade, and once it was down 4%, I decided that I was going to pick up some shares. So the strategy, it's looking for these oversold conditions. We still expect some rallies. Saw that it was down and pulling back towards its 200-day moving average. So chart wise, I kind of liked it as well. I decided that that was a good opportunity and it was a nice win. But then with this most recent signal, decided to maybe do the same thing, skip the original entry and potentially look to pick up shares if it pulls back.
All right. I'm with you on this one. So still right now we have, after exiting our one trade, still 8 open positions. And one of them we doubled up on GE. So it's technically like 9 positions. And there's another reason why we skipped this not so perfect, especially since PowerX Optimizer let us know that this is recommending not to trade it. All right. Hopping over to the wheel. And first up, BP. BP, an oil and gas play here. And today, continuing its move higher.
Yeah, let's keep on going. Crude oil up, and this one's doing its thing.
All right, and so is Halliburton. Halliburton up 1.5% today. So this is looking much better now after making a triple bottom here, finding some support at 27.50. Now we need to move higher towards our break even and then ultimately towards our cost basis. All right, CSIQ, our little buddy. Look at this. I mean, CSIQ just plugging along after trading at 12 just a few days ago. Right now, a massive rally of 36%, trading solid above 16 right now at 16.12. I love this.
Keep going. Chart looks good.
Keep going. Coles, on the other hand, right now trading towards the lower range here that we have established. Right now, nothing for me to do, waiting until we get back closer towards my break even before I can sell calls. Merck. Looking at Merck here today, still slightly down, but seem to have found some support right around 101, 102, right in this level here. So I'll take it. And right now, come on, Merck. Just show us what a V-shaped recovery looks like. Finally, UPS, Mark, our little buddy, UPS. I mean, now that we filled this gap, let's go. What do you say?
Gap fills can be powerful, and it looks like there might be some support there around 132. So time to make another move higher.
Yeah, well, let's do this. And then finally, you took another trade for you. It is ON on semiconductors. And this is another trade that's looking quite well.
Yeah, I was down a little bit today. Right now, I'm at 46% max profit. So with that reversal, looking decent.
Right, and you sold the 67 puts expiring on Friday.
Exactly.
All right. So overall, we have a lot of positions going on. And yes, there is definitely some volatility in the market. And the 2 big events that we have this week absolutely will be the elections today and then also the Fed meeting on Thursday. Now, we'll take another look at the 5-minute chart of the S&P to see where the markets stand. And it is time for our dad jokes. So let's see, Mark. What do you got for us today?
All right, Marcus. Well, we both know that kids can be crazy. And I have to ask, what should you do if your kid likes to eat electrical cords?
Jeez, what the
Ground him.
All right. I can see that. Okay, so you like movies, right? So let me ask you a couple of questions here. So what do you call it when Batman skips church?
I don't know.
Christian Bale. Now, what do you call it when Batman gets hurt?
I don't know.
No, that would be Bruce Wayne. And finally, what do you call James Bond in a bathtub?
What, Marcus?
007.
Bubble 07. Okay, okay. You got me with Bubble 07 for sure.
All right, so what's going on? Look at this. The S&P right now trading at session highs, up 0.9%. The Dow trading at session highs, up 0.75%. The Nasdaq making new session highs right now, up 1.18%. The IWM, the Russell 2000, trading at session highs at 0.8% up, and the VIX keeps falling. It seems that traders are no longer anticipating uncertainty. So, do traders know something that we don't know yet about the election today? We'll see. So, I mean, it will be super exciting. I hope that you enjoyed today's show, and make sure that you tune in tomorrow when we cover how the markets are reacting to the election. If you enjoyed today's show, give us a like, and feel free to share it with anybody who might find this information helpful. There's a share button right there. Now, with that said, Mark, let's go out. Let's all go out and vote, and then have a great rest of your day.
Happy trading, everybody.